Welcome. So we're on day 10. As you've probably noticed already, you do not need to do these yoga for the true beginner videos in order because each release simply has a few different poses to get your body and your mind familiar with some things that you'll do through any video you watch or any class you take. But today, I thought it'd be fun to just start taking you into a nice, slow vinyasa flow and basically just feel our bodies, right? So come with me and raise your arms, bring them down in front of your heart. Really press them into your chest because that, my little dearies, will bring your shoulders automatically back and down. Tuck the tailbone if that feels like it helps you with aligning your spine. Start really feeling your feet out, get them nice and grounded. And think about what intention you would like to set for yourself for today. This is your journey. So whatever you'd like to funnel this energy into. It's a slow, peaceful flow. Visualize that intention. Bring your hands down, bring your arms up over the head. Bring your right foot out, bring your left foot out further. Bring those hands back in front of your heart. Hinging from your hips, come down halfway. Feel your energy through your crown. Pull those sit bones back. Ground your feet. Really start feeling that grounding. Hands to the mat or to your calves, whatever feels best. But let's deepen that fold a little bit. Come up to a halfway fold, bend your knees, hinge at the hips, come back up. Let's start to spin your right toes to the short side of the mat. Bend that knee, ground the back foot. Feel the energy really evenly pulling out between both hands, shooting energy out of your fingertips. Adjust your torso to come straight ahead, as straight as it does with one leg out. And just remember, you want to look down and you want to be able to see your big toe. So that knee is held back. That's part of taking good care of your joints. Don't want to let it drag in. Really feel that energy. Feel it, feel it, feel it. Let's flow to the front. Stretch those fingers up, 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 up and out. Come back to your center and reverse your warrior. Hand on your back leg. Right arm straight up. You can look up to those fingers. You can look down to your back grounded foot. Come back to your center. Pivot that foot in and the left foot out. Let's reverse. Reverse that warrior two. Bring your shoulders down and back. Really reach the energy out of both hands. Ground your feet. Come deeper down into your bend if you can. Bring that torso to the front and come back to your center. And from the hips, pivot back into a forward fold. Take a nice, slow, deep breath here. Bring your hands to your hips, pivot from your hips, not your spine. and straight up to your center. Bring your feet together, toes touching, heels slightly apart. Bring your forearms and the palms of your hands to the front. Lower your shoulders, chin parallel to the mat, tailbone tucked. Now ground your feet. Lift your toes up so that you can really feel all four corners grounding. You can have your eyes open. If that helps with your balance, you can look straight ahead. Just gaze on whatever's straight ahead. Or you can close your eyes to find really the energy of your center inside your body. Energetically bring your thighs up and just feel the power of everything in beautiful alignment. Really let the energy flow down your arms out into the ground. And bring your left leg out to the side of the mat. And now you're going to pivot the right foot, the toes, to face the short end of the mat again. This time you want to look and actually, for balance, have your heels in alignment. Bring your arms parallel to the floor. If you need to, grab your own torso, right? Your right arm behind you, your left arm in front, and just give a gentle adjustment so that, again, you're facing out forward as much as you can with this leg going the opposite direction. Arms parallel, and on an inhale, ground your feet in, and on an exhale, pull that left hip to the left. You're not bending from the waist, you're bending from the hips. Right hand on the right inside of your right thigh, your left arm straight up into the sky. If it feels better to look down, I know for me that feels much better to my neck. Go ahead and do it. Oh, feel the stretch on the side. Feel it, feel it. Oh, let me hear you breathe. Bring that upper arm back. Really open your chest. And then come back to your center and let's reverse. Let's do our little adjustment. It's so nice to learn to do your own adjustments for your body. Inhale, align and strengthen your grounding. And exhale, bring that right hip out and come into your triangle pose. Really bring that upper arm back and open your chest. And come back to your center. Let's face the short end of our mat. Forward fold. And walk your hands. Bend your knees. Come down onto your hands and knees and let's do our cat-cow. Grounding your hands into the mat, grounding the tops of your feet. On inhale, you go into cow. Let that diaphragm expand. Let your shoulders broaden, your chest broaden. And on exhale, you come into cat. Tuck your toes, come into downward dog. Walk it out. Feel the side stretch, but bring those sit bones way up into the sky. Have your legs straight or bend your knees, whatever feels best. Just remember to bring your chest towards your thighs. And now come down into wide-legged child's pose. Your knees are on the far edges of the mat. Your glutes reach down to your heels. Your arms are straight out. And your third eye comes straight to the mat for a little comfort. Find your breath. Find your breath that is soothing. Come up onto your forearms. Suck in your lower belly to support your lower back. Tuck your toes. Bring your knees in. So your knees are hips width apart, right? They're stacked right under your hips. Tuck your toes, and we're going to come into dolphin pose. Bring your arms forward a little bit if need be. Really press your hands and forearms into the mat. Bring your sit bones up into the sky and release back into wide-legged child's pose. Everybody's favorite. Now come up to your right hip. All right, so now we're sitting on our right hip. Bring that right leg out. Go ahead and adjust. You basically want your knee coming straight out from your hip. On the left, same thing. Knee coming straight out from the left. Put one hand on each side of your right leg. And slowly, with your breath, work your spine into alignment. Take a few breaths here. Now bring your hands forward and release your left leg behind you. Come onto your forearms. And again, take a few breaths to just release and allow your hips to open. Allow that right hamstring to stretch. Breathe into it. Slowly with your hands, push up. Bring your head up. Oh, yes. Find that alignment. Shin parallel to the mat. Let your hips sink. Come back to your right hip. And let's swing around to the left side. So just remember that your left knee is coming straight out from your left hip. Your right knee coming straight out from your right hip. And again, go ahead and take a moment to find your alignment in this pose. And if you need to breathe into any muscles or ligaments to release them, take your time. And when you're ready, release your left leg behind you, or your right leg behind you. You're down on your forearms and hands, left knee still bent underneath you. And just find the release. Find a peaceful breath. Let go of panic. Let go of thinking you can't do this. And slowly let your hands raise you up. Raise up that crown. Release your hips down to the ground. If you have to come onto your fingertips like I do, no body has the same proportions. So just know what a yoga pose looks like in one body could be very different what it looks like in yours, because we all have different proportions. Really press in and elongate your spine and drop your hips. That feels good. And release onto your left hip. Scoot back a little bit on your mat. Bring the soles of your feet together. They don't have to be up high. Let them come together at a comfortable distance. So you're making a diamond. Bring your hands together out front. On inhale, rise up. On exhale, fold forward. Take this very slowly. Adjust to truly be on your sit bones. Inhale, release further. On each exhale, release further, whether that's physically or energetically. And slowly walk your hands until off to the right, until you have a hand on each side of your knee. Palms on the floor. And again, breathe and release. Slowly walk your hands around to the left. And you'll do the same thing there. Keep both sit bones on the floor. Walk your hands back to center and slowly rise up. Bring your knees up. Tuck your right foot under your left leg. Bring your left foot onto the outside of your right thigh. Right hand behind you. I'll move up a little bit. Make sure you can see fully. Just wrap your left hand around your left leg, right hand behind you. Inhale and twist on release. One more breath. Slowly come around. Let's thread our right foot under, or our left foot under our right leg. I'll learn my directions someday. Let's bring the right foot onto the outside front of the left thigh. Right arm wraps around, left arm comes to the back. And again, let's just exhale and release. One more breath. Slowly come back to center. Let's come down onto our mat, onto our backs. Our feet, the soles of our feet on the ground, knees bent. Really bring your feet up as close as you can to your sit bones. Grab a hold of the sides of your mat. Really pull it down. Adjust your shoulder blades so that your shoulders are lying flat on the ground. Your knees and feet are still hip width apart. Keeping the integrity in your legs. Very slowly raise your hips. Elongate your neck. Make room for this. Slowly come into your bridge. If you want to come up onto your toes, you can, but keep your legs equal distance apart. Really feel that bridge. And slowly come back down. Bring your knees up to your chest and let them slowly roll over to the right. Keep both shoulders on the ground. And allow a lovely adjustment to your back. We're twisting and massaging our organs. A couple more breaths here. Let that left shoulder stretch. One more breath. Using your right hand, bring your legs back up. And this time let them drop to the left. Keeping your shoulders on the ground. Doing your best to keep your knees in alignment with your hips. If you let them come down low, it's very awkward on the spine. It can cause a lot of discomfort. So let's protect ourselves from injury and have our knees as close to coming straight out from our hips as we can. It's never going to be perfect. And breathe into this lovely adjustment. Using your left hand, bring those legs back up. Wrap your hands around your shins. And just take a moment to really pull your knees up into your chest. Comfort your back. Bring your feet back down and let's go into one last bridge. And slowly release. Roll over to your right. Come onto your belly and let's go into our Sphinx pose. Remember with Sphinx, we don't want to really crank our lower back like that. You want to really elongate your spine. Feel the energy coming out of your crown. Keep your chin parallel to your mat. Extend your legs. Really press into the feet and roll up onto the toes, the tops of the toes. Because every time you do that, you're elongating your legs, which helps take that pinch out of Sphinx in our lower back. Press into your forearms and your hands. Allow that back bend. And slowly come down just to your chest. Raise your hands next to your chest into your baby cobra. Let's take a few deep breaths. hands to the mat. Roll yourself up onto your knees, hands and knees. Go ahead and roll back and forth a bit. Give your back a little release. Oh, come in circles if you want. Tuck your toes. Come into down dog. Press your chest to your thighs. And then slowly walk up to your hands. And I mean slowly. Like, take time with each step to kind of rock back and forth and feel what's going on with the muscles in your legs and your lower back. Oh, that feels good. Hands to hips. And remember, hinging from our hips, not our vertebrae. Let's come up. Let's face each other. Feet together. Hands together in prayer pose. From this point, please continue your flow. Go take a nap, whatever feels best to you. But I just wanted to give you a little gift of stretching that spine in all 6 directions and feeling your rooting, your grounding. Because you know what? No matter what goes on every single day in this wildly crazy world right now, you got this. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.